Hello YouTube, it's Mark from SpendingWages here, and today I'm going to be quickly giving you some hints, tips, recommendations, suggestions, whatever you want to call it, for the best volume settings on a TRITTON AX Pro. Now it does not matter if you are on PS3 or Xbox, what I'm about to run through is applicable to both. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to run through some basic settings on the PS3 because I play on PS3. Any Xbox 360 listeners can either hit the mute button or turn the volume up on your favourite song in iTunes, because the next minute or so is going to be no good to you guys. So PS3 people, you want to go into your audio output settings and make sure that this is on optical digital. You then want to make sure that Dolby Digital 5.1 CH is ticked and nothing else. And finally, press the X button to save settings. Now go on to the audio device settings and make sure that your microphone level is on 4 and the input and output device is on C Media USB audio device. Now these are just my settings. Really, you want to have a play about and see what works for you. I know some people that like to have the game and the chat coming out separately, while others like to have the game and the chat both coming out of the headset at the same time. All PS3 settings are now complete. It does not matter from here on in if you are on PS3 or on Xbox. What I am about to go through may be useful to you. The next protocol is the audio sound options on your game of choice. I currently have Black Ops in, and you want to make sure that the voice and the sound effects volume are, not at full blast, they are just below. Also, I don't bother with music volume, I'm not interested in that. The master volume, you can also drop that down, and I have the listening level on loud and the speaker setup on surround headphones. Obviously each game will be different, but it is still important for you to go through these settings and find what works best for you. First things first, go to the decoder box and make sure that it is turned on. You also want to make sure that DRC is turned off. You will know this is turned off when the DRC light on the front of the decoder box is not shown. Next, make sure the time delay switch is to the left and go ahead and increase that by pressing the volume plus button 10 times. I believe this plus button has around 15 levels to it, so once you have hit it 10 times you really want to be around that 10. So go ahead and hit it 15 or 20 times, then knock it down 5. I currently have mine on 10. And finally, you want to also make sure that the switch on the right is also to the left, showing TD/DRC. This side of the volume control, you can see that there is an on-off button. Obviously this must be on. There is a voice volume gauge. I normally have this ½ an inch down from the top, and this controls the volume of your friends, etc. only. There is also an Xbox 360 input, but that is another story. On the other side of the volume control, you can see that there is yet another volume gauge. Now what this gauge will do is it will either increase or decrease the level of gaming sound in your headset. It has nothing to do with the level of your friends' chat, etc. Also, if you push this gauge in, it will mute all gaming sounds. On the back of the volume control, you will see this colour volume conversion. Red, cyan, white, blue and green all relate to a different level of volume. And finally, on the front of the volume control, you will see all the different speakers listed within the headset. Front, rear, centre and sub, and each will have a corresponding colour based on the information on the back of the volume control. Now, to change the gaming volume within the headset, this is quite straightforward. Simply leave all of the speakers alone and the volume gauge on the left hand side of the volume control, push it up, hold it, and gradually each of the speakers will work their way up to a maximum colour of red. However, if you would like to individually increase or decrease a specific speaker, then go ahead and simply click that speaker, for example front. All of the other speakers will light out, and then go ahead and use the volume gauge on the left hand side of the volume control. My speakers are currently on blue, white, blue and blue, and each colour has 4 levels before it will change to the next colour. So I have all my blue speakers at the highest blue level before it turns to white, and I have the rear speaker on white on the first white level. Have a play about with the different combinations. There are many to choose from, and what works for me may not necessarily work for you. Let's say, for example, we went with red, blue, white and green. I must warn you that a combination like this really will make the sound come across quite strange. So it's best to keep things within reason. The last bit of advice that I am going to give you involves the microphone position, because nobody wants to hear heavy breathing down a microphone. So make sure that your microphone is a reasonable distance away from your mouth. I have my microphone going straight out underneath the left ear cap. I do not bend it round to my mouth. So that is about all the sound settings that I can think of for the TRITTON AX Pro. If you've got any questions, send me a message or comment on the video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.